So guys, obviously as you know, I treated myself to the Mclaren 540 and it is an insane car. Now, I actually brought into the workshop, we have got a lot of jobs on this week, but one of my jobs has been reduced a little bit by 2 days, possibly because the client's selling the car and we're not going to do what we were going to do on it because we're going to be doing that to the new one. So I managed to save myself a couple of days. That meant that, as usual, my head wouldn't let me not do anything on the McLaren before I take it on the road. We decided all I was going to do was literally PPF the bonnet and PPF the bumper. That was it. Just to get it on the road for winter, for the couple of the meets that are left for the rest of this year, because I'm not using it because I'm using the X5. Because I had a couple of days spare, we got a little bit giddy and I've kind of cocked up a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you because you're gonna see it. So I've got a little bit giddy and I've ended up PPFing all the front bumper, including the massive side vent winglets. I don't know what you call them, but the big sills on the side, the headlights, both wings. We've then gone across and done all the top of the A-pillars, which is a big A-pillar because it's literally all the way around here. I've done the roof, I've done both rear quarters, petrol cap, lower rear valance or lower bumper. I've done both the scoops that you see here, so we've got the two vents, and I've done the top of the doors and the inner doors and the actual part where the handle is itself down here. So we've pretty much done a full car. In truth, the only thing that I haven't actually PPF'd is the lower part of the door here, and this part here, I don't know what you call it, but it's like the lower valance, basically under the actual vent. The reason I haven't done those is I've run out of time, because I weren't supposed to be PPFing this at all really, maybe a bonnet and that was about it. It still needs detailing in some areas, so I need to leave them. The mirrors, I think, need a repaint. In all truth, they're stone chipped on one of them quite badly, so I do want to be painting those before I PPF them. But I have cocked up, I've massively cocked up. As usual, I'm trying to do this in between the other jobs I've got, and because it's my own car, I've not been focusing when I've done the rear quarter panel, and I've made a complete arse of it. It is what it is. So it needs to come off and I need to redo that particular panel, which I'm going to do when I actually do the other two sort of sections. So the lower door, like I said, this part here, and then this part basically here, because that is done. As I said, this is all done, this is all PPF. Down where the handles are is PPF'd, it's still actually drying, but this is all PPF down there. So this quarter, mint, absolutely mint. Done, you know, a bit of a pain to do, trying to get this to be perfect to the seam, to get this to be perfect to the seam because there's actually an edge there, and then trying to pull it all the way across and do it in these two pieces here because it splits. Wasn't the easiest, I'm not going to lie. And then what I've done here is made a complete arse of it. As you can probably see, I've got glue residue in here, which does happen with PPF. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but this isn't too bad. It's not even within any form of tolerance that I could physically deal with. And the reason I did that is I actually got a client come to the studio. Matt's day off today, so I left the PPF to deal with a client, came straight back to it, and didn't put any more kind of slip in the area when I stretched the panel because I wasn't thinking. I've then stretched the PPF film to bond it around the area, and the glue is tacked, and I've made a complete backside of it. So like I said, if you see the car before we fix it, because the truth is I'm probably not going to be able to fix that now till, I don't know, January, February time. In truth, we've got too much work on and this can't come first, it never can. So when you look at the back of the car, it looks like a cat has been scratching at it on this area here. and that's my own cock up, and I'll admit that straight away. And obviously that panel now needs to come off when I do the other 4 panels that still need to be done, and that'll give us a full PPF car. So the McLaren will have full PPF covering on there using the ProFilm that you've just seen in the video. So what I have done is I have basically applied the ProFilm coating on there as well, and it's just got the PPF flexible coating on, just so I can take it out over the next few events, a little bit over winter, and not worry about the PPF being sort of exposed to the environment, because you still should ceramic coat all your areas. But I say I'm going to jump back on that, so if you do see it in the meantime, you're probably going to see that it's got marks in the PPF on there. As I said, admit it straight up, my own fault. Came back in after serving a client, didn't really look at what I was doing, just stretched the film without thinking about physically putting any slip in there to make it move, and the glues are D's to it, and that is my own cock up. But it looks insane. It still looks insane, and I'm not bothered. Do you know what? I've made a cock up on that. It happens. Luckily it's my own car. It's always my own car that I cock up on. It's never a customer's. It's just ironic, but I suppose that's a good thing. And this is going to be out in the next few weeks, guys. We're going to be at the Motorist. We've got the SC UK Christmas event. I am going to be taking that, and we'll probably catch up with you there and get some more blogs on, maybe about the actual event, and see who turns up. So again, keep following us, click subscribe, look at the rest of the video blogs that we're actually putting up, and we've got quite a few new ones that we're editing at the minute that should be on by the end of this week. So guys, what we had to break off from doing the McLaren, really annoying, you know, when a customer needs a job done. A joke, obviously. Basically, what I was discussing is I did a bit of work on the McLaren in between customers' jobs that we had in, and basically the jobs that we had in we're now on with. So currently I'm working on this incredible Panamera turbo. It had a ceramic coating. I actually can't remember when. I think I'm going to say 3 years ago, but I generally can't remember. Now the coating is still holding up. It has, however, got like a film or a skin on the car, and I'm generally not sure what that is. It's been washed other places over the years, and I think it's some like spray coating, like a ceramic coat, spray top up, or a quick detailer or something that's on it, and it's caused the paint to be a little bit rough. So what we're actually doing, under our lights we can see like a hazy milky residue. We're using a really light buffing pad and basically a finishing compound, because I don't want to remove any of the ceramic coating that's on the car. What we're actually doing is lightly skimming over the whole vehicle to remove that top film, that layer, that skin, whatever it is, and then we're going to reapply a top coat using Ceramic Pro again to this, and this is going to put an additional coating onto the car that it doesn't actually need, but we're possibly taking a little bit of the coating away, not a lot, because of the way we do it, but just to prevent any issues and obviously stop any sort of protection being there, we are then going to put a top coat over this, and we're even going to reapply the glass for the customer, and we're going to do the wheels off the car, calipers off obviously when the wheels are off, and just basically refresh the whole bodywork on that. So this is the Panamera Turbo that I'm working on at the minute. It is a mega spec car, this. Seriously cool colour. I don't know what it actually is. I think it's pencil grey, crayon grey. I'm not sure, I can't remember what they call it, but it's like their version of Nardo, and it's a really nice colour. But while I'm working on that, Matt is literally just starting on the PPF, and I say just starting, he's actually been on it a couple of hours getting the bonnet right. This is a ginormous bonnet, and it does need a lot of work to get right. It's not the hottest at the minute, so we do have the heaters constantly on because it's the only way we can get this to work right. We are going to be doing the wings slightly differently because we're going to be putting the infrared ceramic lamps on while we're working, and that's just to get the best result from them and save a bit of time really, instead of spending hours on it. It's quite a warm unit, this. It's not like our previous studio. It does keep the heat in, but obviously at the minute it's like -2 in the morning, so we just want to get the best from it, and that's why we heat the unit up before we even start. But what we're actually going to be doing on this, Matt's pretty much finished the bonnet, and then I'm going to kick his head so he can go and have something to eat, because he doesn't like to eat through the day. Then we're going to be getting on with the wings. We're going to be doing some of the side sills on the bottom. We're going to be doing the A-pillars. We're going to be doing the door pillars, and we're going to be doing the mirrors as well for him. And then we're actually going to do a little bit on the boot as well, because what I've noticed on my X5 is when you actually do the boot, when you press the automatic boot, I should say, and it drops itself down, it actually seems to catch in some areas. And I've noticed that when there's been a bit of dirt on mine being white, you can actually see like a line on the actual bottom part of the... I'll try and show you what I mean. It's a bit awkward. If you've never seen an X5, you probably won't understand how the boots work. They're actually in like 2 pieces. So this is obviously one piece here, and this opens up. This part then actually drops down, and what I've noticed is when you drop this part down, it seems to mark and touch in certain areas. So what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be PPFing this area here. That's to obviously stop marks and scratches from the kids, dogs, baggage, you know, like your gym bag, whatever it might be. And then we're going to be PPFing this section as well, and it's just really as a bit of a precaution for the client. So we're going to be doing the pillars, as we said, because they're all gloss black and they're terrible for it, and we'll get some more footage of that as we're working on it at the end of this video. So guys, that's another vlog out. That's the Mclaren pretty much finished, as I've shown you on there. We're just finishing the X5 that you've just seen, and then we're going to be working on a couple of new cars next week, doing some more PPF. There's something else that's probably going to be coming shortly, so make sure you do click the subscribe button, click like, share the files. You know how the social media works, probably better than what I do because I'm old, but just make sure you click subscribe on the YouTube channel, guys. It's something we're really pushing at the minute. We're putting a lot more blogs and a lot more time on there, and a lot more dedication to the videos. And to be fair, we do appreciate obviously the followers and the subscribers that we get on there. It's definitely improving, and it makes it worth putting the time in to do these videos, so we do appreciate that. I know not everybody watches the videos all the way through, and a lot of people like to just watch stuff and then click on it next week and search for it, but please, if you can, just click subscribe. We really would appreciate it. Something else that will be on the next blog, it does look like the M3 is sold now. We've just dropped the price dramatically because I just wanted to basically move it on over winter because we've got other things coming, and we've done a bit of a Part X deal. It's not finalised yet, but there's a possibility on the next blog you're gonna see 2 new things appearing that isn't what we normally deal with. So keep an eye out, keep following us, click like. Cheers guys, speak to you soon.
Young